Sometimes there's a reason why games stay just games. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we're going to be talking about the film Ratchet and Clank. They released the video game version of this movie a couple of weeks ago. I bought it and I platinumed it. See here if you're curious. And that game is very fun. You get to explore a bunch of worlds and it feels very much like a Ratchet and Clank game. You get to go to different worlds, take down a bunch of enemies with really cool guns, upgrade the guns, upgrade your health. It's a Ratchet and Clank game and I want to see more of those made. This game does not really capture that feel and it made it ultimately a very disappointing experience as a result. James Arnold Taylor and David Kay, they returned to voice Ratchet and Clank respectively, and they do good jobs. All the voice actors did really good work and I enjoyed seeing them. I don't really know how to praise or criticize voice actors. The story though is it's similar enough to the game because I played the game first, I've platinumed it, so I know generally how this whole movie is going to go. But it's a very simple story and they break it down into its most simple components in the movie, which made it kind of disappointing because there's so much extra that the game has and kind of adds to the world and adds to the experience. Like in the game there's a part where you're saving this famous hoverboard person, and then there's the one where you're saving a world which is getting all of its water drained, and there's just these cool side adventures which made the game a lot more interesting and more exciting, and it just doesn't really have that. It just breaks down again into its core necessities and makes the movie out of that and makes it 90 minutes. There's also not nearly enough action. Ratchet and Clank as a series is the one that I grew up with, and part of why I loved it as a kid and now with the re-release is the fact that it has all these really great action sequences. Like I said, it has these great new guns which are just the most random things and they make the game so interesting and so fun to play. And there's really very little action in this movie which kind of fits with the actual game. There's only like one scene towards the end where you really get to see a lot of these guns being shown off in an actual fight, and it just made it a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to see at least some sort of a montage of Ratchet and the Galactic Rangers trying to go into a base and just take down enemies with these various guns. It would have been a very cool thing to see, and it would have been kind of a nice tribute to the actual game itself. There are good tributes to other Insomniac titles like Sly Cooper, Jack and Dexter, all that stuff, and there's really good kind of callbacks to other games in this series, but it's really not enough to make up for kind of a poor story. CGI looks fantastic. I have no real issues with it. It looks very much like this version of the game, and there are some cutscenes from the game, well, I guess from the movie, which are used in the game, which I again now saw in the movie, which work really nicely and they look very, very well done. Very crisp, very HD. I liked it. If you've played the game as much as I have and you've played it over a few times, there's enough differences with the story that it's going to keep you a little bit interested, at least in the beginning, where it doesn't touch all the same notes and some scenes just take place a little bit differently than they did in the actual game. So I did enjoy seeing that. It made it a little bit different in regards to even how it starts out to even how the villain is taken down at the end. The ending also, it worked differently in both games, and there's parts of both that I like. I'm not going to touch on it, but they're just things which made more sense in parts of both of these, which I kind of wish they would have put together a little bit better in the movie. But guys, well, Ratchet and Clank, it's a very fun game. It doesn't really work that well as a movie, unfortunately. I hope that they make more games and keep putting out more titles, because I think that the series as a game is very, very fun, very successful, and I highly recommend checking that out if you have the chance and if you have a system which will support it. But the movie itself is it's kind of a bore. I ended up being kind of bored after the first half hour or so, and just getting re-immersed into this world. It just kind of began to hit a lot of the same notes and didn't again provide nearly enough action, which is what a lot of fans are going to go into this movie wanting to see. Different weapons, different worlds. It just kind of hits again the standard beats that you need to hit for this world, and it could have been a lot better. But guys, those are my thoughts on Ratchet and Clank. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like the film as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, fair comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.